Hello guys, welcome to my Lazy Panda Tech blog. In this blog I am going to discuss about how you can create a REST API using AWS Lambda function, API gateway, RDS as a postgres with Nodejs and Typescript codebase. So as you understand that the name using serverless means like there is no server, and if you are not aware about AWS Lambda functions, I would suggest to just check this out what AWS Lambda functions is providing. But as a brief, it's a method you are calling from your maybe JavaScript, Node.js, Java, what language you are preferring. Just calling one method, execute the functions. One of the function you just execute and send the response to back to the caller method. In the same way it works, but the server is not present ideally, though it is running inside EC2 for some reference it has, but it is not continuously running. It whenever that function invoke, it execute the code and respond back to the caller method or client. So it is a benefit of that serverless is it's a low cost, and the architecture you can scale it later as well, and deployment process is real quick, and updation of your code is also a real quick, just only a single running a single command. I'll cover all of those up in the next uh, as we go further. So I have already used the same code base which I prepared in one of the previous blog, that with Node.js with TypeScript to how you can create a REST API. The same blog I already uploaded the code base in GitHub, so you could check the code base from there as well. I was using the Express server, and you could check this out, the complete blog, and download the code base and uh, keep it in one of the directory. And in that code base I am going to use the uh, serverless packages, installing serverless packages and leveraging the YML file, creation of the handler, and the same code base I am going to post it to the GitHub again. So as I already cover up that how I got the code, the boilerplate code, so you could check this out from here as well. And once you got that code, you need to install few npm packages like AWS Lambda, serverless-offline, serverless deployment bucket. All of those commands you need to run in terminal, and make sure that you already install serverless globally. Coming back to the code, in package.json file, all the dev dependencies is being installed on top of the Express codebase. So AWS Lambda PG is for Postgres and the serverless offline to test the application in local system. Once you have done with all the installation, then go back to the blog and then check for the database creation in AWS RDS. So go to the AWS RDS. I have already created one DB, so you can check this out from here. For the connectivity section, the endpoint is given below there, and make sure that a public accessibility you make it is a yes, so that you can connect it from outside of AWS environment. So once you create the database, it take some 5 to 10 minutes make it available. Once it is being available, uh, let me show you the status here. Once you saw that status is available, you navigate to the Postgres admin section. There you can create one server. Here put the server name, connections, the give the proper details about the host name, maintenance database, post username, password, and then make a connect. Click on connect, and you will see the database will show like that. So as you saw that I already connected the AWS database, and I created one tutorial table there, and the same table I am going to use for this demo as well. So this is the row I have already inserted in the tutorial table. So once you are done with all the table creation, or if you have any older database and you wanted to migrate that database, or you wanted to import that database into your AWS Postgres RDS SQL in database, then I would suggest you can use this command pg restore, that will import all the older database, all the tables, all the store procedure, triggers, whatever you have created in your older database, everything will gets imported into the AWS RDS database instance as well. And once you are done with all the table creation or importing all the data to your database, next step you need to create YML file and the handler creation. So YML file, you go to the, so this is the YML file. Here the plugins, I have used two plugins there, that is the offline and the serverless bucket. Custom, the interesting part is I am reading one of the secret.json file which is mentioned here. You can check this out, the reference, how it looks like: database name, user, database password, host, DB host, DB port, every details I have given, whatever the security group, subnet ID, all the RDS related data, everything I have given in secret.js file. And then created this, take the reference from secret.json file and populate the variable in environment section. So all of those things you need to fill up very carefully. And the keys I am using, one of the API keys I am using here, and the VPC details also given there, and the last is the path of the handler. So what is handler now? Handler is something which will invoke from the YML file, and it will, whenever it found that handler.profile route, so under serverless handler I have handler.ts file. So I am having profile route, so it will execute here and check that profile route function. So it will call the function from YML file. So it will take that event, get instantiate the controller, get the proper header for the course one. It will check that whether the headers are available there or not. For the time being, only these three headers will be accessible. Rest of all other API, all other client will not be able to access it. So how you can build the course? So you can give it like that way, and then you will get the response from here. So this is the snapshot of that header file, how I built it. And then whenever you are done with all the setup, just run npm run start offline. Let me go there, open the terminal. So now it build. So this is the endpoint. Let me open Postman. So this is the endpoint, and inside the header XAPI key is also being defined. If I click send, so, sorry, it's only profile. Let me copy that one. Okay, so this is the way the API will gets called. If I pass user 1, then user 1, if I pass user 15, then there will be no data. So this is the way you can check the same thing in the offline mode. But once you are done with your offline verification, you need to deploy the code with the help of the command deploy. So I'll come on that deploy part, just showing the how I connect the Postgres. So then after I will go to the deployment section. So for the Postgres, you need to install PG and types PG. And let me explain a bit in the example which I have created. So how it goes: profile controller. This profile controller is, I'm having this profile controller. Profile controller is a class where I am calling this method, and this method is calling one of the fetch user profile. During instantiate of the fetch user profile, it will instantiate the base provider, and base provider is having the only one method which will be responsible for executing the database query and give the response back to the controller, the provider itself again. And to having the database connection, there is a base database is created, and database manager is extending that base database. And whenever database manager is get instantiated, it will create the pool. And whenever you don't wanted to call the whenever your query is executed successfully, you can call also destroy method to destroy the connection. So fetch user profile will call that get the query parameter, and then instantiate the database manager here as well. Database manager will create the pool and return back the reference will be in the db connect this variable, and this variable will be passed as a parameter in run query method. Run query method will execute the query and respond back to the provider, and provider will return that data to the controller. Controller will again return it to the caller method, which is the handler. So it will get the result, it will put it in the body section and maintain this structure, that status code, header and body. These three has had to be there, and once it is being there, you just execute that serverless offline, and the code will work definitely perfectly on your in your case as well. So now going back to the package.json file, let me deploy the code. It will take some time to deploy the code to AWS. I'm just making a pause there. Okay, deployment is being completed now. So once it is being completed, you could see that sort of references being there, and once it is being deployed, you navigate to the AWS console, click on Lambda, and in Lambda functions I already had few functions over there, and let me go to API gateway so that so in API gateway, this is the one I just post there. So this method is being created, and you could see the API keys. The API keys, which one is showing here. You will get some API keys. This one you need to pass it in the Postman script as well. So like that way, the API gateway as well as in Lambda function. Let me search profile. It's, yeah, profile. So this is the profile route. This is the function is being created. Lambda function is being created. So you need to just check this out before calling it from your Postman. So once it is being done, you quickly can check it from Postman, which I have already created one custom domain for it, and once I am clicking on it, I am getting the proper response from the hosted subdomain as well. Let me see user 2. So user 2 is coming as a management, and if I put user 20, then it will not give any data. So this is the way you can create the API and host it in with subdomain. And for subdomain creation, you need to check in Route 53, and in Route 53 you can create one record, and that associate that record with your parent certificate, which if you have any certificate installed, any custom domain, you can use the same certificate, or else you can proceed with the AWS provided certificate as well. Once you create that record set, it might take some time, around 5 to 10 minutes to make it reflect, but whenever it is after 5 or 10 minutes, whenever you saw it is available, you could get it access from your Postman software as well. And during that execution, I found few issues like bucket is not there, invalid API identifier specified, even 502 bad gateway or internal server error. All of those certain things, if it is happened to you, please go through this small setup, like giving the access to all the VPC to can connect with from anywhere. Like that way you could resolve most of the issues. Like this is just a configuration. You need to select on that VPC security group, execute, open it, and edit that inbound rules, and just make it anywhere, and then you could get it from you won't get the 502 again. Once you are done, and let's say like you wanted to delete everything, for testing purpose you created it, and API gateway you have created the custom domain. Even the custom domain I have created here, this one I have already created. So all of those certain things you wanted to delete it, so you need to go to the AWS search section, type cloud just select that one which one you have used just now, and just delete the stack. So it's all get deleted. Takes some time to get deleted, but there you go, it gets deleted. And never delete it from individual from here. Just go to cloud formation and check the status, and then delete it from here. And once it is being done, if you want to delete that RDS as well, go to RDS. Go to database, select that one, so delete. So it will take some time to delete, but once you are done with all your testing, if you wanted to no more capture all of those RDAs, API gateways, Lambda functions, even the custom domain which you have created, all you can delete it from the cloud information as well as in RDS section. And if you wanted to delete the custom domain, you just need to go to the Route 53, and in Route 53 section you will see that hosted domain there, and by clicking on the which one you wanted to delete, you can delete there as well. So I'm already having one hosted zone, so by clicking on going to the details, and you could delete the particular subdomain as well. So this is all about. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you found any issues or any impediment, please let me know. Type your comments in the below section, or if you have any other interesting thing related to the AWS functions, you can also convey the same to the in description box as well. If you like the tutorial, then please like it, subscribe my channel, and comments below. Thank you.